Hi, Andy with Delta Arsenal. I'll be your instructor today for Training Tip Tuesday. Today we're going to talk about trigger pull. Some important factors to remember when we're discussing trigger pull. Ergonomics of your weapon. What type of weapon do you have? What type of trigger does it come with? Second thing is, let's isolate our trigger finger, all right? This guy has one job to do. That's it. So if we can self-assess our grip, we can better isolate our trigger finger. Third, focus. All right, we talked about front side focus, we talked about grip last week. Today with trigger pull, we really need to focus on slow as molasses in January trigger pull, okay? Shooting requires a lot of focus mentally and physically. So what we want to make sure that we're doing is self-diagnosing and self-assessing as we pull the trigger each and every time. And remember, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. We're going to go out here on the range and shoot a little bit. I want to show you a couple drills to help stop anticipation or flinching, and just to go over a proper effective trigger pull so that you can be a better shooter. One of the drills I wanted to go over with you today in reference to trigger pull is just a good drill to help measure what our trigger pull is at. If we're pulling too hard, or if we're slapping the trigger, then we're going to be shooting a little bit low and to the left, or we're going to be shooting to the left in general. Most shooters know this. We can counteract that with a little left support hand pressure or non-dominant hand pressure. I like to use my thumb on the frame. Doesn't matter. What I want to talk about right now is making sure that we have an effective trigger pull that corresponds with our grip, and we're not anticipating and we're not flinching. In order to get this drill going with my clients and with most of the people that I interact with here at Delta Arsenal, what I like to do is have one in the chamber and an empty mag. So it should look something like this. We punch out, we see our target. Slow as molasses in January trigger pull. Okay, we bring it back. Magazine goes in. Punch back out. Squeeze the trigger. What happens most times? We punch back out to squeeze. We flinch or we anticipate. What we talked about today was primarily about trigger pull. However, we can't move forward without addressing grip and front sight focus. Okay, they all kind of work together as well as most of the fundamentals. But I really think that grip, trigger pull, front sight focus, they're super, super important, especially when we're first starting off. Let's try to remember today the three things we talked about. Making sure our grip marries up really well with our weapon system, isolating the trigger finger, all right, and then focusing on that trigger pull, okay? Focusing on the entire way back, where the shot breaks, releasing it back out to that reset point, and doing it over and over again successfully. That's what's going to create muscle memory, it's going to create good habits, turns into speed and accuracy eventually. If you have any questions, my name's Andy. Come down to Delta Arsenal and check us out.